This is Space Like Adventure, a Sounds Like Adventure actual play all about a ragtag group of misfits overcoming their corporate overlords in the Expanse. Hey there, it's another episode of Space Like Adventure. It's me, Jack. How you going? And we're here. It's the fifth and final solo prequel episode for our new campaign that is starting next week on Thursday. Can you believe it? We are finally going live for the very first time on Thursday, the 25th of July. We'll have more to say about it very soon, so keep an eye out. But hey, you might have noticed in between now and Thursday, there's a Tuesday in between. We might have a little surprise for you coming up, so make sure you keep an eye on the feed in between now and then. But hey, today's episode. It's the fifth and final solo prequel episode, and we're joined by Kessa's character, Ateo, a ruthless ladder climber in the corporate world. But how the hell did they end up on this ice hauler? Let's find out. The room is sleek and modern, with polished metal surfaces. Large windows offer a stunning view of Earth from orbit. Just in front of the window, on a raised stage, is a podium, and a small crowd gathers in front of it. They quietly chatter amongst themselves as they wait, and then a hush falls over the crowd as a figure in a suit ascends the stage and strides to the podium. He wears a crisp black suit, perfectly tailored to his frame. Noticing the silence over the room, he starts to speak. He says, all right, take it easy. It's not a bloody funeral. Gets a small laugh. Sebastian Pope, the enigmatic owner of Pope Enterprises, starts to speak again. Pope Enterprises employees. I'm glad you've joined me here today. And look, I, for one, don't let the fact that your attendance here was mandatory affect my pride when I look out and see each and every one of your faces. He takes the microphone out of the stand and he starts to walk around the stage and he goes, I'm a bit of a history buff. And, one of my favourite periods is the 21st century, of course. There were so many great minds. Steve Jobs, Mahatma Gandhi, Macho Man Randy Savage, all the best minds of their generation. And what do they have in common? None of them ever did anything as good as what I have done. Gets a laugh from the crowd and he continues to speak. But as he does, once again, our perspective starts to zoom out and the scene changes to that of the internal employee network video that is being watched by a person, sitting alone in a shared office space. They're in a remote office building on Earth, far from where this broadcast is happening. Kess, why don't you introduce your character to us?
You see this she's quite thin, like very pale, almost white blonde hair and a big fringe with a black headband tucked between her ears. She's a good-looking young woman, green eyes, and she is so close to this kind of screen, watching this broadcast, hanging off of each word. She's well dressed. She wears like it's business hot, business sexy, and yeah, she's glued to the screen.
So, Ateo, you are watching this broadcast and Mr. Pope is giving something that could be called like an annual report, but he's more just sort of like holding court. He's like firing off zingers at people. He just called one guy Burger and explained it was because he saw him eating a burger once. What's going through your mind as you watch this?
Oh, she is kind of just absolutely obsessed with the personality, I think. Like, she's hearing what she's saying, but as you just said, there's not really much being said. So it's almost like she's watching stand-up comedy. It's like she's a laugh track on a TV show. Everything is loud. She's like slapping her knee. Oh my God, he's so funny. Oh, this is nothing that... he could say anything and I would listen.
So suddenly you're disturbed from what you're watching as a familiar voice cuts through behind you. Wake up, Atea. You're going to be late. And standing in front of you is your best friend at work. Her name is Monica. And she says, girl, are you serious? Like, you've been going on about this promotion for literally months, and Stevens is going to announce it like right now, and you are literally missing it.
It's fine. No, this is work, right? So I'm just trying to pump myself up, like manifest destiny. It's like you see what you want, you manifest that, and I want to be Mr. Pope. I want to be him. I want to be with him. So I'm just like, I know I want the promotion, but it's like training. It's like, oh, I'm seeing what he does. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that into the promotion and I'm going to throw it in his face,
You stupid idiot. This is the promotion to work with Mr. Pope on Luna. This is literally all you ever wanted. How did you miss the memo? He's announcing it now.
Okay, no, you're right. Mate, I was kind of freaking out. There's comfort in these things. So it's like, maybe if my dreams are crushed, which they won't be, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be a problem. This is as close as I'm ever gonna get, and that would be the worst. You're right, I'm panicking. All right, okay, no comfort, let's go. Let's figure it out, let's go.
Okay, so you guys hightail it out of the room and you start heading towards this place. And she's like, look, it's okay. I'm sure you're going to get it.
No, you're right.
Everyone thinks you're literally the greatest.
And I am. I literally am. I'm the greatest. I am the greatest. And Mr. Puff is going to see it. He's going to see it. And it's going to be the best.
It's going to be fine.
And, I got you. Even if, when I do get it, I got you. We got each other, right? It's cool. It's cool.
Babe, bless your heart. So you follow Monica and come to a small meeting room, and there's 7 other people from your department in the room. They all look at you as you enter, and there's a balding speaker at the front of the room who is droning on, this guy named Stevens. They stop talking as you guys enter. Do you do anything?
I think Atea just makes herself very known when she walks in. It's kind of like she turns the corner and she doesn't walk down one side of these kind of big doors. She's in the middle, and you can hear her kind of her little work heels kind of going and stop. She opens and she kind of gives everyone a one over into the room, and then she walks in. It's she's not quite late because she would freak out, but she's kind of, it's almost corporate fashionably late,
So I think it does appear that you are actually a little bit later than you think you are as you come into this room.
In her head, she doesn't.
Yeah. So Stephen starts speaking and he goes, nice of you to join us, Atea. Thank you for collecting her, Monica. So as I was saying, it's time to announce who's been chosen for the promotion. Very prestigious position, of course, up on Luna. You'll be working directly with Mr. Pope's department, and, he's a busy man. I'm sure you'll even get some face time with him. There are a lot of good candidates, of course, but we can only pick one, and I'm told Mr. Pope himself looked over the final decision. But I'm not at all surprised in his choice. Fine young woman. Reliable, dependable, punctual, and with that ruthless corporate spirit that we love here at Pope Enterprises.
It's me. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
Congratulations, Monica.
Congratulations, Monica. Good for you, Cupcake. Oh, wow. She's kind of tugging on her hair, these fidgets of hers are becoming not great. She's just very fidgety.
Monica rises from her seat next to you, starts to walk towards the front. What does Atea do?
As she kind of starts to walk towards the front, Atea kind of leans in and she grabs Monica's hand and she says, I didn't, you said you weren't really interested in this position. you're amping me up, and I didn't know you were actually gonna go for it. Like, there was a whole thing where I was like, oh, like, I'll get it, and like I'll like amp you up, sister. But like, sorry, I know this is like your moment, but like it was meant to be my moment. So just, like, what's going on, girl?
So she turns and she looks at you and she gives you like a sweet, pitying smile. And she goes, babe. And then the door explodes behind you. 3 armored security officers storm into the room. They have automatic rifles and they speak through the static of their helmet's radio.
Employee number 709,473, first name Ateo. For sharing company secrets, you have been found guilty of gross misconduct. As per your employment contract, you forfeit all human rights. Get on your knees or we will restrain you by force.
No, sorry, you must have. No, you made a mistake. Oh, no, okay, that's in my face. No, she, like, looks back to Monica, like, confused, like, what is happening?
Babe, literally, kneel.
I think Atea, like, at that comment, just, like, she is just aghast. She's like, I'm sorry, what?
One of the security officers comes forward and says,
Get on your knees or we will restrain you by force.
Monica! No, just give me a minute. Did you do this? It's cool. I didn't leak any company secrets. She's like speaking to...
As you're talking, the 2 of them, they fan out around the room. They start encircling you.
I want to leap at Monica.
Okay, great. Give me a dexterity test here.
Okay. Dexterity. Oh, I got a 10.
Great. So you jump and you grab a handful of her hair.
Oh, I yank.
And as you do, one of these 3 security officers collide hard at you with like armored spacesuit. So I don't think you're able to continue holding, but you definitely yank out a big chunk of red hair that comes out of her head. And you slam hard into the ground. And the last thing you see is a black bag slipping over your head and handcuffs going around your wrists.
I want to yell, you bitch!
And then you sort of roughly lifted up and pushed around till you feel yourself hit like a hard metal surface and you can feel it vibrating underneath you. So this is the first moment that you've had since you saw Monica get the promotion where things aren't just like popping off like crazy. So what's going on in Atea's mind at this point?
I think a lot of confusion and panic. Like, she's done the maths that obviously something, like, she's been blindsided, I guess, which she's heard about, but I would imagine she's had probably like at least an alliance with Monica, so mostly confusion. But I would imagine her head is, firstly, there's just a vision of Sebastian Pope in her head, like looking disappointed at her, and just like she's flashing back to all of these, like, what did I leak, what did I do, how did this happen?
So after a time, you're yanked up and you're roughly marched along and you find yourself being shoved down into a seat and the bag is ripped off your head. Your eyes take a moment to adjust and you're looking around the room, dark, windowless. There's handcuffs around your wrist still and your leg is handcuffed to the chair, which is bolted to the floor. And a voice cuts through as you try to gain focus. Wake up, Atea. And sitting across from you is the person who, up until minutes ago, you thought was your best friend. Monica smiles at you from the other side of the table, and she is not handcuffed.
Oh, you're bald now. That's fun. So, like, she kind of, like, pulls against her restraints. But, I'm a girl. I'm not gonna hurt you again. Just... So what's happening? Just curious what's happening, Monica.
Well, like, you kept going on about that promotion so much and, like, literally never stopping. And I thought, I mean, like, why should you have all the fun? Like, literally, you have all the fun. And you know what I thought would be fun? It would be like if I got you fired and then I got what you wanted. That would literally be like so fun.
Oh, so like, Ataya like looks around the room. This is like a prank, right? It's cool. Like, look, I'm sorry that you're bald now, but like, look, you had thin ass hair anyway, so it was, probably sooner than later. This is like a joke, right? Like, is this part of the promotion where it's like maybe Mr. Pope is like testing my resolve? Because I know that like, you work for Pope Enterprises, but you don't work for Pope Enterprises, not the way I do, babe. You know that like, if I could get within like 2 people of Mr. Pope, I would be perfect. And he would want to know me immediately. So I don't know what you think, because you're like, you're like 3 people within him now, and you can't even, you don't even know his birthday. I bet you don't.
Well, you're right about one thing. This is part of the promotion.
I knew it.
That I am getting.
No, back up. It's fine. Like,
So, Pope Enterprises, right? Like they like ruthlessness. And, there was this prototype, right? The prototype that went missing. And you remember this thing that was like going around recently about this prototype device that went missing, that Mr. Pope was really unhappy that had gone missing, that turned up in like a warehouse in San Francisco, and some cop found it and they had to like make the cop lose his job as a result of it. And she goes on, so that prototype, it went missing. And, everyone was trying to figure out who lost it. Well, like, I found the shipping order that sent it and, like, literally had your name on it. Literally. I gave that to Stevens, and he was more than happy to give me the promotion.
No, that couldn't have been me. I backcheck everything. I'm the most efficient. I'm the most ruthless. That's just why you're bald. No, it couldn't have been me. No, I backcheck. I triple check everything. Especially going for this promotion. There's no way. There's no possible.
It's funny. It's funny how things like that just work out, isn't it?
God. And Ataya is like kind of now like really trying to pull against these those restraints.
So Monica takes a moment just watching you, not really having any reaction other than just being very amused by this whole thing. And she goes, yeah, so like now I have your job and you have to watch this screen. She points behind her and there's like a screen on the wall behind her.
Ataya, well, yeah, so first she's giving daggers to Monica because there's nothing she can do right now. It's just, and I guess her eyes will just like slowly rise up to the screen.
And Monica stands up and she says, all right, Ataya, I like literally hope I never see you again. And she gets up and makes her way out of the room and the door closes. Screen doesn't click on right away, but what's going through Ataya's mind in this moment while you're waiting?
As soon as the doors like click behind her, I think Ataya, she's like sitting there, she's restraining, she's screaming, yelling, just frustrated, and then like kind of becomes a sad, pathetic and she kind of hangs her head down, like weeping, like just kind of it's hitting her now, like, yeah, through her head again, the same thing, like she's like, I fact check everything, like there's no way.
So you're disturbed by all these thoughts as the screen above you clicks on and a figure comes on the screen. And they're standing and their head is cut off by the top of the frame. You can see their midsection though. They're wearing a tailored suit. So he takes the suit jacket off and he rolls the sleeves up and he unbuttons the top button of the shirt and he sort of like pinches his pants to sit down. And then as he sits, the face of Sebastian Pope comes into view.
Oh my god. So she's crying, she's sobbing, she looks up, she's like, oh, okay. Oh wait, no, it's okay. We're okay. This is fine. Like, he's gonna talk to me. It's fine.
Black hair, perfect skin, perfect teeth, perfect in every way physically. And he starts to speak. Well. Looks like you did a whoopsie. Now look, I know this kind of thing is like hard for bloody dumb, stupid brains like you.
It is, it's hard. I'm so sorry.
But company secrets are secret. You can't go blabbing them around to whoever you want to blab them to. If you want to blab, then you got to be the boss. Only the boss may blab. And I am the boss. So blab me, no blab you. Capiche?
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. I made a mistake, but did you see? She's half bald now. It's fine, and she backstabbed me, but that's what I was gonna do anyway. You know, I just thought it was, you know, you write in your books like alliances first, and like, you know, keep your enemies close, and that's what I was doing, and I was just waiting for the right time, and I'm sorry, Mr. Pope, I'm sorry. Please, let me stay. You're all that I want. Please.
It's like a slight awkward pause. And he goes, did you respond? Oh man, I hope you responded. It is so funny when they respond to the recorded messages. Anyway, gross misconduct. It's a pretty bad one. Like, honestly, I'd be perfectly within my rights to just like shoot you straight into the sun. No one would blame me. No court would charge me. It'd be fine. But look, I've got a better idea. So, Pope Enterprises, right? We got all these companies, right? I got so many bloody companies. I don't know what to do with them. And so, like, one day, I bought this company called Crystal Clear, right? It's got 2 Ks. Like, crystal clear. So stupid. Like, did they not realise that both words already start with C? But they changed them to Ks.
She's like crying, but she's also like smiling and like kind of like it's almost like cheering her up.
So stupid, right? Did they not realise? Already C's. Enough anyway, they own like an ice hauler or something. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you out to the ice hauler. Because, you know, you got all these useful skills from your corporate skills on the ice hauler. And look, I don't want you to think of this as like a cruel and unusual punishment. I want you to think of this more like an opportunity. Yeah, no, yes, that's good. An opportunity to impress upon yourself an opportunity to impress me, Sebastian Pope, the Pope himself. Yes, I will be very, very impressed if you were to do this, if you do well on the ice hauler. All right, any questions?
Do I send my reports to you? Am I gonna be in contact with you or someone or a receptionist or a receptionist that do my reports get close to you?
I pray to anything that is holy that you fell for that again. All right, get off to the ice hauler and haul some ice, I guess. Oh God, what a dumb job. All right.
Employee number 709,473, first name Ataya.
Smell you later. And the broadcast finishes.
Oh my God.
What's going through your mind after that? Closest thing that you've ever had to a real interaction with Mr. Pope?
She's crying. Yeah, she's crying. I think like through that, as I said, she's kind of like, there's a comfort in Mr. Pope's presence. And it's like, regardless of, you know, he's being condescending or anything, but it's like, it's a cult of personality. She's hung off every word he said. The fact that he said, this is, you know, for him, instantly, Ataya is like, already got a better feeling about it. And, she's sitting there and like, again, just not looking well. Like, she's got that puffy eye, like, heavy breathing. She's both flustered and devastated. But she's thinking to herself, I will do this, and I will find my way back higher than Monica, and I will tell Mr. Pope, and he'll be so impressed that he'll make me, bare minimum, his receptionist's receptionist.
So you're left in this room to dry out for a while, and our perspective zooms out to a couple of weeks later. But essentially, you are, you're taken out of this room and you're sort of shipped off to Tycho Station, where you're left to sort of wait around for a couple of weeks while you are waiting for this ice hauler to return from its trip. And you're essentially under house arrest at this point. You're not able to leave this hole that you're staying in. What, after this, 3-week period, what's Ataya's mental state like before she's heading into this ice hauler?
I think from the moment that she left that holding space, I guess, her brain has just been like, Mr. Pope, I can get close to Mr. Pope if I put my head down and I make this mostly about him and about my successes to him. So I think from the moment she exited that room, she started keeping a diary or a logbook of every moment. And so while she's waiting kind of on Tycho Station, she just had that time. She's taken a diary, and every entry begins with, Dear Mr. Pope, and is writing everything that has gone through methodically. Every thought process. This is her manifesto. This is her step by step. This is how I get to you. And this is my evidence of when I meet you, that you will see how hard of a worker I am. I think that is what she is doing. She is thinking, how can I make this, where I'm at my lowest, benefit me when I am where I want to be?
So when we join you, you've just been informed that the ice hauler is ready for you, and you've been brought aboard to meet the captain. And you're on the ship now, and you're standing in the ops deck of the ship. There's various screens with information about the ship streaming on them, and across from you, the captain of the ship is going through some paperwork about you. And this is Captain Shin Reyes. She's an average build Martian. She starts to speak. All right, interesting resume here. All corporate work till now. What a comms work, I guess. That's handy. We didn't need a comms officer. Now, the weird bit is the top brass. They're saying we have to take you as the comms officer.
Yeah. No, that's right. Top Brass recommended me to come and, help you guys communicate more with everything, communication between the team, communication just generally, and look, there's nothing I can really say. So, comms officer. I'm the thing you never knew you needed, Captain. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I'm not really one to stick my head out of line with the bigwigs, so we need a new comms officer. We don't really have a choice here, so I guess the only thing to talk about, the only thing I really need to know is, can I trust you?
Of course you can trust me. Look at my resume. Crystal clean, recommended by the bigwigs, right? What's not to trust? Of course.
Yep. Crystal clear. Yep. So.
Oh no, sorry. Just backtrack. I'm sorry. Is there a stain or something? I can reprint. I have personal printer.
Yeah, the company. 2K's crystal clear.
Oh. Yeah. No, that's what I meant to do. See, I'm also funny. Got a lot of good skills. Just wondering, who is your higher up? Who is your who's your manager?
Well, yeah, so I'm the captain of the ship. So, there isn't really a manager, so to say. There's the corporate side of things, but, on the ship, I'm kind of, the boss.
Of course. I think you radiate big boss energy. Like, it's a real, you have an aura. Like, wow, a Martian aura. Good for you. I just mean, like, yeah, I guess corporate, like, who do you report to? You know, so, like, if I was to, I don't know, just, like, be the most amazing person you have ever had aboard this spaceship, who would that go to? Just, you know, just so I know.
So, what we do here, right, is we get on the ship, we fly out to the ice, and we collect the ice and we bring it back, and then people just sell that, basically. So I've been the captain for 8 years now. So basically what happens is the company is like the ship and like the people who sell stuff. And then there's like some like corporate people. They worry about that stuff. We fly the ship, basically, is what we do here. So look, yeah, like they'll see the results of what we're doing here, and yeah, like I can't really say I totally understand what you're even asking about.
No, of course. No, that's fine. You said, sorry, you've been here for 8 years?
Well, I've been here for 10 years. I've been captain for 8 years. Pretty good, right? Two not as captain and then 8 as captain. It's usually you'd stick around a long time and then only get to be captain later on.
So what's your, like, next goal? Like, are you wanting to move into piloting, like, corporate or, like, bigger ships? Or is this, you know, like, what's your next goal? What motivates you? You know, like, you're asking me all these questions. I think I better learn a bit, right?
It's a pretty big ship, and like I like flying the Bounty, the ship here. It's I kind of like view it as my ship in some ways, and I fly it and I look after it, and I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of doing that.
But so what's your, like, goal? Because surely you don't want to stay here hauling ice until you die, right?
This is a weird first day question, I might add.
No, I want to know.
So maybe let's go back to my question for you, which was, can I trust you? And you've come back to me by asking if there's potential for you to leave. Because look, let me lay it out for you, basically. We just had a guy die on the last run, like dead, like not alive anymore, not like fired or anything like that. He died. So what happened was, a security guy, he got in the way of a chunk of ice, and now he's a smear on the deck is what he is. So I need to know, I'm sure that we could find some career development opportunities. We could do some professional development. Maybe I could teach you a bit of lead. Maybe you could be the captain one day.
Yeah, you know what?
How would that be?
I think that's a great idea. I think that's what I was trying to say. I didn't mean to come off like she wants to get out of here. I just mean, like, I'm a very motivated person. I just want to know what motivates an illustrious ice hauler captain like yourself, but I think that would be certainly something that would look something that I would be really, really interested in pursuing. So thank you, Captain Reyes.
Reyes.
Yeah, no, Reyes.
But yeah, just to circle back. So if we don't trust each other out here, people die. So Taylor, just let me ask you one more time, just with the gravity of everything I've said. Can I trust you out here?
You sure can. Okie dokie.
She goes, all right then, Ataya. Well, welcome aboard.
Thanks.
So you hear some pounding footsteps as a man runs into the room, and Captain Reyes turns around and she says, Savine, what the hell? And Savine stops in the middle of the room panting. He goes, did you tell her about the map? And there they are. It's the crew, the cast of characters that you're going to meet over the next, I don't know how many episodes, as we dive into a brand new campaign of the Expanse RPG on Sounds Like Adventure. And we are racing up to the launch day. We're like a week away. Next Thursday, the 25th of July, we are going live for the very first time with the Expanse RPG, this whole new crew and a whole new way of doing the show. We're so excited. But hey, as mentioned, there's a Tuesday in between now and then, and we've got a special surprise coming up in the feed, so keep an eye on it. And to make sure you don't miss that surprise, head over to the podcast app you're listening to this on right now, subscribe to, follow the show free. And hey, in the meantime, I'll catch you on the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure.